but yeah, not taking
Yeah,
yet.
big stops.
Yeah, it's like 20 pip stops. But I think gold should fill this range over here though. Oh, it's already started. We'll come back to gold. Okay, so GJ, back in the range, man. Yeah, we'll do some fresh analysis here. So while it's ranging, I suppose, not really much to do. Let's include that for a bit. Oh, man, I was tired last night.
Did you trade Asian?
Yeah, I stayed up a little bit. I was trying to look for. So basically, what I was looking for on the daily time frame is either because that we'd had this massive rejection and we closed below this minor support, well, this previous support area. I was considering whether maybe we're gonna come down back and bounce off of this next support again. So what I was looking for is if it could start breaking below support level over here. Ooh. Yeah, this support, but it was
Oh
a
yeah.
straight bullish. So Zlatan. How do you draw a zone like that? I mean, you just click. You don't need to move it on your screen. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, it was like
Yeah, go.
that thing from the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, so basically what you do is when you draw your rectangle, just go to settings on the rectangle. I know. You want to click on it, then go to settings, and then when you go to style, you want to click extend right. And then with the coordinates, you just want to change this number to like a few hundred or something like that, and then it will extend all the way right. Ooh, morning folk. Okay. Yep, no worries. Okay, so the FTSE's bullish right now. Let's start off with the FTSE here. Just while we wait for a few people to join. So. Whew. Okay. Oh yeah, we've got to get the music. Need the music. That is very quiet. Okay. Yeah, no worries, folk. Do what you gotta do, mate. Okay, so I think we're just gonna make a start here. So, welcome everybody to another London pre-New York session overlap live stream. This is the 20th of October 2020. So let's check out the FTSE 100 here to start the session. So it does look like the daily time frame on the FTSE is at a support level, right? This is a strong support level on the FTSE 100. In fact, while I'm doing the analysis, let's pause the music, because I know I just get people complaining. Yeah, so looking on the FTSE 100 right now, we can see, the daily is bouncing off this support. We can also see this area is a, real big liquidity zone as well. So I think if the daily is going to come up, it could potentially come up and fill this previous daily wick. Let's look at the 4-hour over here on the FTSE. It looks like it's trying to create some form of support at this area. So what we can see about this price zone is the fact that we've had one fake out a second fake out of the zone. So we kind of see these deep drops into this next 4-hour zone, and then it does look like it seems to come back up into this area. So right now the FTSE is trying to break above a 4-hour resistance, and then if it can create some form of support, it has a clean 4-hour candle to the left hand side, and we have this resistance up over here. Now let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, the buys made sense. Candle came up, it closed back above this support level. This was a strong support from the 1-hour time frame, and we had price come up, close above. But right now, we do have a minor resistance as well. So we need to kind of, break above this area as well to continue moving up. And then we have this resistance up over here. But I think being more conservative, maybe this area here is going to be better. Now, let's look at the 30-minute finally. Okay, so looking on the 30-minute, it does get pretty messy. But I'm going to say that this is going to be our best target, as this the area as which price continue pushing down from. So we're going to look at that for buys, but still not taking a paper trade yet, just still watching, analyzing. It's really important to be patient with new pairs. Never want to rush into trading that pair. So yeah, we're kind of in this range over here. It's a strong range on the 30-minute. So yeah, so we're kind of trying to close back above these buy zones. So yeah, I think if support holds at this area or above this area, it's going to be good to continue moving up. Let's bring this up to the high point based on the 30 minutes. So this should be the daily wick fill over here. So yeah, we're definitely going to be breaking above 59.18 for price to continue moving up. So that's what we're looking at really for the FTSE. If it can continue down, minor resistance below 58.56, and then we do have a support down over here and another minor range to fill. Right, let's check out GJ now. We've got a few more people in here. So now I've got these zones drawn, but we're going to do some fresh analysis here. And really try to see what's going on. So, looking at the previous daily candle, it did close bullish. It closed bullish at a strong daily support at 135, 800, 830. At the same time, we see this candle here had a massive wick to the top. It tried to, come up back into this zone, and it just pulled right back. It even closed below this previous daily support from the 14th of October. So looking at this current daily candle, one or two things I think. First thing, it could come up and fill this wick, and we could see a real nice bullish push to continue up, but kind of retest this resistance level, because right now, I suppose there's nothing really fundamentally that's changed for, price to drop further, although, I still have this overall bearish bias. In terms of like higher time frames, like I'm talking monthly, weekly, just because of a few things, and just because of the technicals on the higher time frames. But focusing on the daily, yeah, it could come up for this wick or come down back to this support level and kind of react at this area again. Morning, Charlie. So let's go to the 4-hour now. So looking at the 4-hour time frame on GJ, let's remove this. So this is the resistance up over here. This is the high that was created. Let Sergio in. This is the high that was created up at 137,700. Now, right now, we have a 4-hour resistance right over here since the Asian session, and we have a support over here. Okay, so this support was formed above this resistance from yesterday's Asian session. So right now we can see the 4-hour is just consolidating. So we would want to either wait for like a break above this minor resistance on the 4-hour time frame, and then maybe we're going to continue pushing up to fill these wicks up over here. And then at the same time, looking at the 4-hour, if we can maybe break below this support, form a resistance, we have a clean candle on the 4-hour time frame coming down to 135. Is that 135? Yeah, 135.850. So let's look at the 1-hour time frame now. Looking at the 1 hour, we can see we're in a massive range right now. Let's remove this, make this a bit more neat. So this is the support on GJ. This is also the resistance from the 15th, the 16th of October, and then on the 19th we created that support to continue pushing price higher. So right now it looks like we've come down, maybe generated some liquidity in this area. So I think at the moment we just need to wait for either a break above this 1 hour resistance, and then we have a clean move coming up to 137.100, right? Or, you know, at the same time we're looking for, maybe because we've respected this minor support within the zone, we could come down and fill this wick and fill these orders, you know, coming down to 136.300, right? So let's finally go to the 30-minute time frame. Looking on the 30-minute time frame, you know, yeah, we're just ranging back up in this range, neaten this up a bit. So yeah, this is the support, 136.530, and we have this resistance area up over at 136.700. So yeah, so right now price is just ranging. It looks like it just, you know, done a fake out over here, but I do think if it can close, you know, back below this area, it can continue moving down and fill that wick, and then eventually come down to this support. Just neaten this up a little bit. Okay. Morning, Wilson. So yeah, so right now, just kind of this area here is also maybe something to be aware of. This is a strong support, but I feel like if we close below this area, we should fill this range over here. So just waiting on that. Let's see what happens. But right now, there's no trade on GJ, right? We can clearly see it's just ranging. It's consolidating back up in this range since the Asian session. So I think a good conservative target for buys is going to be maybe this previous support area, just to be a bit more conservative. So this is maybe like 15, 16 pips. Not amazing, but it's not too bad at the same time. But then we think if the volume can continue us pushing higher, then, you know, we're going to be looking at targeting at first this resistance, because this is the point at which price, you know, generates some more liquidity to push further down. So we're definitely going to be looking at this resistance up over here at 137 flat, and then, I mean, ideally if we're going to come up and retest those high points, that's where we're going to come up and fill this next range at 137.250. That'll kind of be that daily wick fill as well. So I think if we are going to see that, we're going to need to see, obviously, the break above 136.700. So there's a little bit of waiting involved right now. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see gold. Oh, wow. Gold's coming back up in the range right now. So let's do some fresh analysis here on gold while we wait. So looking at gold, it looks like it's already broken the low of the previous daily candle, but at the same time, gold, you know, it can do so and then drive in the other direction. So I think if it could, I think if it can flip bullish, it may want to come up and fill this wick over here, because the previous daily candle did close bullish. So that could be a possibility. Let's look at the 4-hour. See, 4 hours still has this bullish market structure as well, which is obviously something to note. It looks like we are, you know, generating liquidity in these demand areas, you know, these buy areas, and then prices continuing higher, making these higher highs on most time frames. So it does look like we're trying to create some form of support over here, and then, you know, this is the resistance that ultimately we want to target, because we have a clean move from this resistance, so maybe we could end up coming back. Now let's look at the 1 hour time frame. And when we look on the 1 hour time frame, yeah, we can see this is a strong support, and it looks like it's trying to do some form of fake out. So I think a good buy is going to be maybe just off the first look is going to be above this resistance here at 1904,400, because this is a point at which price has kind of tapped into this area multiple times and rejected it. So I think a break above there is going to be good, and we have clean candle to the left hand side. If we just bring this up a bit, because this is our high point, we may want to be a bit conservative and look at this area as a point of rejection. So let's measure this range on the hourly. This is a 30 pip range, so definitely room to take a trade. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Looking on the 30-minute time frame, we may want to adjust this zone a little bit, bring it to this resistance. So let's mark this up on the 30-minute. Okay, so looking on the 30-minute time frame, we have a 25 pip range, and then at the same time for sells, I think if we can, if price can close below this area, if it can close below this area, then we do have maybe like a 42 pip range, and then maybe even a 60 pip range. But to be safe, let's neaten up these sell areas. So first of all, this is going to be our first point, because we have a clean candle to the left hand side. So this is a good point to look for sells. This is at 1896, 1897, and then at the same time, if we can break this support, then we have another zone down over here. This is a strong support, so this is maybe going to be a good idea for like a secondary target, or we'll see if gold can get to these low points. But right now it looks pretty bullish in terms of the overall market structure, and I think if it does do some form of fake out, form of support back in the range, I think it's going to be good to fill this range over here. So this range on gold is like 30 pips, so it's pretty big range. Let's check out what GJ is doing. Still just ranging. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, nothing really to see there. So a little bit more waiting involved right now. 12 minutes left for this candle to close. So we've checked out gold, we've looked at GJ, we've checked out the FTSE. The FTSE is still pushing up right now, so waiting on that. Now let's check out Euro JPY. Let's do some analysis on Euro JPY, fresh analysis. So let's look at the daily time frame, because we know yesterday was pretty bullish. So I mean, yeah, looking at the daily, if the daily is going to continue moving up, obviously at this point we do have clean candles on the daily time frame coming up to this resistance 124,920. So let's look at the 4 hour time frame now. Looking at the 4 hour, we are approaching an area of issue on the 4 hour, which is a resistance right now, but it does look like we're trying to create these supports for Euro JPY to continue moving up. So let's look at the 1 hour time frame now. So looking at the 1 hour, this is obviously the support from the Asian session, and then we was looking at buys. So right now it looks like it's broken out of this 1 hour resistance, 1 hour zone, and then as we look left, we are entering an area where we have some issues. So it can continue moving up to 124,450, but I think once it gets above that, it's going to be a much easier move, coming up to 124,750. Right, let's go to the 30-minute time frame now finally. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, this candle is closing bullish. It's closing above this area. We did have a candle break above. So I think either, if there's going to be a support form, like a retracement, a support formed above 124,300, I think it's going to be good to continue moving up, to this resistance area at first. So that's going to be like the first target. But then ideally, if we can get above this area, we have a clean candle coming up to, maybe if you want to be a bit conservative, this support around 124,600. So couple of big ranges here, fairly big ranges on Euro JPY. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that, see if it can continue moving bullish. I still think it can, but yeah, we'll see how it goes after this candle closes. But yeah, it should continue moving up. So we checked out GJ, EJ, UJ will come back to gold. Let's look at GCAD. GCAD is very similar to GJ right now. Let's look at the daily time frame. Looking on the daily, it seems to be reacting to this support level on the daily time frame. Also has a lot of wicks to the upside, a lot of rejections. So I mean, this is the point where it gets a bit grindy, and either we're gonna see a like a complete dump, and we're going to come down, fill this wick, and then continue down to this next support, or these wicks are going to get filled and we are going to see some form of close back up into this area and vicinity. So something to look at on GCAD. Now looking at the current daily candle, either it's going to come down and retest this support level similar to GJ, or it's going to come up and fill this wick. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Looking at the 4-hour, it's trying to create maybe some resistance to continue moving down, but at the same time we have a support here, so it looks like it's kind of struggling to do so. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. We have clean traffic either side on the 4-hour. So looking on the 1-hour, we are approaching a support. It's a strong level, and then at the same time it looks like it priced done like a fake out of this resistance since the Asian session, and now it's coming down into the next range. Look at the 30-minute time frame. I'm going to get some more information. Yeah, it looks like it did a fake out to the upside and a fake out to the downside. But one thing I would say is I think more than likely if we get a candle close back below or a resistance formed, maybe below this area, it's going to be good to continue to drop to retest the low.
I actually got in on the hour close to get the wick fill.
Oh, okay.
It kind of closed below that support, so it's coming down right now.
Yeah, nice.
Going to close some at that support there, and then let the rest run to fill the wick, hopefully.
Yeah.
Solid.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I think you're going to be good to retest this low. Actually, it looks like it's coming down. Look at the 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute broke the low of the previous 15-minute. Yeah, I think that looks good, because if it was going to go bullish, this move would have been sustained. Although it looks like it's done a double fake out, it still made a lower low, right? It still made a lower low. So I think at this point, as long as this 30-minute candle closes bearish, the next one should continue to drop as well. So yeah, I like that. So yeah, looking at GCAD as well, like what we're just talking about, I think it's going to continue moving down. And then ideally, if it's going to continue to push, then this does seem like the area to which we may see some further volume come into play. Okay.
I was aware of the 30-minute, but look on the hour, it could just be like that pullback to continue down.
Yeah. Hasn't really created much of a top wick either. So I think as long as your stop, here's the thing, I think if you're taking it based off the hourly time frame, as long as your stop is above the previous hour, and then what you can do is then you go to your 30-minute time frame and you can say, okay, well, my condition is for my idea to work, this 30-minute candle needs to close bearish, right? Because if this 30-minute candle can't close bearish, there's a much lower probability of the hourly candle coming down to fill the wick, right? So if this 30-minute candle can close bearish, then you can still expect maybe the next one to continue moving down. So I think your condition there is this 30-minute needs to close bearish. I think maybe if you really wanted to reduce the risk, if this 15-minute candle starts coming up and breaking the high of this 15-minute candle, maybe at that point it might be like, okay, I can take some position off, because at that point it's breaking highs when I want to start seeing price coming down. So these are just little things you can notice.
Because I've took a loss already, so I've already moved my stops to the top of the 30-minute.
Oh, over here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so I don't take a big loss.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, we'll
So I'd
see.
like to see it fill the wick. So
Yeah, okay. Let's wait for this 30 minutes. I think it should be good because this 30 minutes should close bearish. If it doesn't, then I think the overall bias is going to be hard anyway. Because like right now, I think it should just continue to. Yeah. Let's just wait for this 30-minute, and then we can take a look. Looking at GJ, it's just doing nothing right now. Gold.
Hey, good morning.
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 Is your bias then bearish for GJ? You mentioned before.
I think right now, obviously, like from a scalping perspective, I don't have a bias, but I was just talking about the higher time frames. Okay, because if we go to, I think it's going to be good to show you why. If we go to the monthly, so obviously I don't know if you've watched some of the webinars, but I talk about this a lot. So the monthly time frame, you can see obviously is in a downtrend, right? And this is obviously kind of like a fundamental type thing, or what, but essentially the previous monthly candle closed a very strong bearish. It broke the low of that previous monthly candle, and right now, we look at the way that candles form, and this current monthly candle is just maybe starting to create a top wick to potentially continue down to fill this wick and fill this range. So that was my idea based off of the monthly. Now I was like, okay, well, I need for that to work, we would need maybe like a resistance on the smaller time frames, because how do we know this monthly candle is not going to continue up? We'd need a resistance formed on, say, the weekly or the daily. So when I go to the weekly time frame, we can see that the previous week did close bearish, and we can see the previous week closed below this area here. So my kind of like overall higher time frame bias is that I'm expecting this weekly candle to maybe it's going to close like a week bullish, or even maybe flip bearish and then come down, fill this previous weekly wick, and then continue moving down to maybe 134, 500, something like that. So that's what I'm kind of looking at, and especially if as this week and next week is going to be big for like Brexit and things. So although we see price push pretty bullish with Brexit news, once the kind of markets digested the information, like what we saw yesterday, we saw how we got this correction. So I'm wondering whether once something is really set in stone fundamentally to do with Brexit or something like that, that's the point at which we're going to start to see that further downside, and them lows get retested. So yeah, just kind of waiting on that really.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, nothing's really doing a lot here today in terms of an intraday spectrum. Obviously GJ's just kind of done a fake out. It's now ranging, so it's where a lot of waiting is involved. EJ is continuing to push up over there, so maybe EJ is going to continue moving bullish. Ooh, FTSE still pushing up. Look at the 15-minute. Yeah, got pretty hard there on the 15-minute. Man, what's going on? We've only got 27 people in here today. We had nearly 100 last week. I think it's because there's so many other. They just want signals, man. They're like, wait. I bet people they switch between streams and they're like,
Yeah, they hop.
Who's in a
Who can I
trade
get one
now?
off today?
Yeah, who can I take a trade? So I know the 26 people in here, they're here to learn, so they get my full attention.
Yeah, because your previous ones last week we managed to get trades pretty early. Like I guess people doesn't like to wait here.
yeah, impatience. Yeah.
I saw like kind of half saw your trade yesterday. I was working. I was a bit busy.
Mm-hmm.
it was like you closed before it hit your stop loss, right? And
Yeah.
after it went your favor, I think, something like that.
Yeah, so basically it did go in my favor essentially. So the buys were up over here. So if we look, it did go in my favor, but at that point I'd closed out everything. Just because the way that it was moving. So as this candle came up and broke the high of the this previous bearish candle, I was expecting the point at that for the volume to, you know, push us up. So I was expecting, you see this candle here, I was expecting this candle to be this candle, right? So as you know, price was coming into profits and then it starts retracing back to my entry. That's the point at which I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to want to be in profits to then sit in a drawdown, because, you know, that's not really what I'm trying to do. You know, when we take a buy, we're really expecting price to continue in that direction. So that was the point at which I closed 50%. And then as this candle closed bearish, I closed a further 50%. So I had like 25% of the position running. And then I was just sitting in drawdown with the 25%. And I suppose I could have let the rest run and I actually would have, you know, kind of made it back type thing. But at the same time, I just thought at this point, I could just close out with a small -2 pip loss. And then if I missed the move or what, I can just wait for some form of re-entry. But it didn't look like we got that. I actually came off the stream when I was waiting for a support at this area, because once this candle closed bullish, it was way too weak for me to take a buy. So I waited a little bit more and then obviously had to call it a day. So I missed this second entry, which is where I would have taken my second attempt, and I would have just rid this clean candle for 10 pips, and then it would have been a profitable day. But I mean, we can't really think like that. So yeah, I think it was just a good, well managed trade.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's just one of
I
those.
thought you would really just close maybe the 50 and and if it hits your stop loss, it hits. But I guess you use it like a different strategy this time. Or
Yeah. So I think had it have been maybe off the 30-minute, it could have been it could have played out a little bit more. But with the 15, I don't want to be sitting through this like bullish, bearish. Do you know what I mean? I want to see candles printing in my direction. I don't want to getting into profits and then start coming back to my entry point, because the whole point about you know, when we talk about trading with emotions, is your emotions as you're going into profit, and then you see price, you know, coming down to drawdown. That's going to affect your emotions. And if you're a person that what I don't want is, I don't want to be in profit, go into drawdown and be at that point where I was at when I was, you know, first trading, where it's like, oh, I'm in a drawdown, but I'm really expecting it to go my way, so I'm going to hold. And it's just the worst attitude that you can have, because you don't know it's going to go
I've been
up or
there.
down. I'm supposed to, a lot of people have been there, but it takes it, once you break that habit, you just got to be really, like, you got to be disciplined with that aspect, and you got to do it with every trade. No matter if you think it's 1,000% that GJ is going to push 100 pips, you still have that same strict risk management. So yeah, that's what I would say. Let's look at GCAD. Okay, Kel, so the 30-minute candle did close bearish. So I think it is a good point at this point to bring stops above the current 30-minute. And then I think you're expecting this next 30-minute to, you know, respect the high, continue down, fill this wick, and then push and retest this low that it created.
Yeah, it's just maybe forming that top wick on the 30-minute. So it's just got to wait and see. But
yeah, a little bit of waiting.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Morning,
morning.
Greg.
Morning, Greg.
So,
Hello, Serge.
I don't get how your overall bias is bearish. Aren't you thinking the Brexit deal long term will pull it to bullish, or are you basing the long term bearish bias off the technical analysis? Well, the overall bearish bias is, you know, just looking at the higher time frames. And I don't know if you remember, so if we go to the daily, right, this whole move was Brexit, right? If I'm pretty sure that this move down was all based off the idea of the fact that, you know, the EU negotiations have failed. There's going to be a no deal. So this was most likely the no deal getting priced in to the market. So why I think the overall bearish, you know, bias, like, I'm just thinking that if we do have a no deal and that does go through, I just think we're going to retest these low points. But like because what we see is when that initial news comes out, it pushes price bullish straight away. But then after a while, once price recognizes that, you know, it's not necessarily a good thing for the pound, it kind of seems to correct itself more times often than not. So I just think, you know, looking at the higher time frames, like the monthly, the weekly, it looks bearish to me. But until we kind of break below this daily support, I wouldn't be having that bearish bias anyway, because we have bullish market structure on the daily. So we've got low point, and obviously these like higher highs coming up. So it is an uptrend on the daily, but then we look at this overall market trend, and this structure is bearish because we have this high up over here, and then we have a lower high here. So this is where, okay, this trend, this high, would need to be respected for, let's say, the monthly, the weekly to continue pushing bearish, because that's the trend on the higher time frames. This downtrend, this overall downtrend, is obviously the trend on the monthly, the weekly, etc. So this high point would need to be respected, and we would need to start breaking below this support to retest this low, and then maybe even make a new low, right? Because that's obviously what a downtrend. But right now, if we, okay, so again, I don't like using trend lines and stuff, but just for like an example, so we have this overall downtrend because we have, you know, the high and the lower high, and then at the same time we have this opposing market structure which is bullish, right? And we have a low and a higher low. So now we're starting to get to a point where either we need to start breaking up, right, and then retest some of these higher points, or we need to start breaking below supports, and then we're going to retest some of these low points. Right, so now it's getting to that sort of stage. But if we look at the higher time frames, obviously monthly is bearish, previous weekly candle is bearish, so I still feel like we could come down, but this is just speculation. I always trade what I see. I only scalp, so it's not really too much going to affect what I do, but I just like to have that in the back of my mind, that I think once we start breaking this daily support, we're going to see a real big drop.
I got stopped out on my trade in the end.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. GCAD's maybe not the day today.
Nah, that's it for me.
Yeah. I think it made sense, but just wasn't meant to be. Yeah, so yes. What's going on, Ash? Morning. That's right, Sergio. Let's hit that like button to the stream if you like what we do here. So looking at gold, looks like gold did close back in the range, so it looks like kind of just respecting this whole area as a support. So yeah, gold's just ranging. Euro JPY closed bullish, so I think if you're looking for buys on Euro JPY at this point, you're gonna need to wait for some form of support to form, maybe at this area, or just let it make its high, do a retracement, and then to, you know, that buy to continue to retest the high. Gold. Okay. Oh, FTSE went pretty bullish over here. Yeah, again, just waiting for some form of retracement. So I think we're just waiting for GJ to do something. I think I'm gonna go and make a nice hot drink while I wait. So I'll stick the old tunes on. There we go. Okay, cool. I'll be back in a minute. If you guys put anything in the chat, I can read it, but obviously I'll answer when I get back. Yo, yo. Oh, wow. Look at GJ. Left us.
Yeah, I got in when, based on the 15 minutes, took it like as a retest as we broke the high. and kept the stop loss below the 15 minutes bearish candle.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I was a bit afraid about that resistance, but so close 8-7 pips early, and yeah, didn't left the runner just in case. I don't know, I was not super confident, but
Yeah, nice. Still winning trade, so pretty good. I still think we can get something here by the end of the stream. We just need to wait for, you know, like a retracement, support. If it's gonna continue up, we will maybe look for some. Yeah, there's yeah, that was just for me. No confirmation for buys. Check out Euro JPY, must have gone pretty bullish as well. So it looks like this current 30 minutes creating that bottom wick, and then it should continue moving up to 124, 500, 450. Gold, yeah, so gold's just ranging right now. Ooh. Man, GCAD's on some crack today. Fake out to the upside.
It's
Fake
weird.
out to the downside. Oh, and now, oh, actually, no, we want to go that way.
No, now we want to go up, yeah.
Yes, and now the waiting begins. Yeah, I suppose on the 15-minute it makes sense, because obviously it came back in the range. This 15-minute candle was like a retracement candle, but I still would have been pretty, yeah, I would have been pretty wary of that, but we'll see what
yeah, I lower my risk when I enter as well.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
It made sense. It still played out as well, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. Man, I've just completely gone off UJ. It's just, it feels like such a waste of time to analyze. You think what it's gonna do, and it has like its own brain. Yeah, we'll leave it for the minute. I just don't think it moves very well in London. So yeah, so maybe we are gonna come up and do the wick fill, the daily wick fill on GJ. So we do have some room. So just patiently waiting.
yeah. Hopefully we can see something kind of like yesterday and forms again some supports and continue up on 30 minutes.
Yeah, just gotta wait for a retracement. Something like that. Yeah, so if anybody's got any charts they want to send in, any questions or anything, feel free.
I was looking at shorts and on US dollar Japanese. Once we broke that support in the 30 minutes, but I don't know. I just don't get it right.
Which pair was that? USD JPY?
Yeah,
Oh, what, this support here?
yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about USD JPY is if we measure this range, it's a 7 pip range to this support, and then we don't know, we could react at this resistance. So if we look at that, then this range is 4 pips. This is my biggest thing with UJ. It's just the ranges are just awful. I think for beginners, it's a really good pair because obviously risk to reward, you're not going to be having like big 20 pip losses because, you know, each candle is probably like 3 or 4 pips each. So I think for like a beginner pair, it's pretty good. But I think for you, Sergio, I think you're good, mate. Just stick with GJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember the days I used to actually trade USD JPY. But it was a lot. It seemed a lot bigger then, you know. It seemed like it moved a lot more. It seemed like it just yeah, it was better. Like now, I just don't know what's happened to it. So how long we got? We got like 2.5 minutes left for this candle to close. Let's look at the 15 minutes, see what it's doing. It looks like it's kind of rejecting this area currently, but I mean, I think ideally, if I see a retracement anywhere from 136.750 to 136.700, and I see a bullish candle form in that area, then I'm going to look for a buy to fill the range and then continue moving up. But we will have to see. So we've got slightly more people in here today. We've got 41. Oh, I forgot to send the link to Paul. Said he could come on. Just reminding me. I don't think he's online right now though. No, I'll send it to him anyway. So yeah, guys, I was gonna say, so when we get to 1K subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway, do like a Magic Keys giveaway. So I think we are I'm at 620 now. So we got 380 subscribers to go. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. So Euro JPY. Oh, Euro JPY is doing a retracement. Yeah, so I think a support form on Euro JPY is going to be good. But let me just measure this range. Yeah, it's like a 15 pip range. And then what's the next range? Yeah, again, 16 pips. And let me get 16 pips. Oh yeah, 15 pips. So man, you guys in the Zoom can't hear these tunes right now. Okay, so GJ 30-minute closed bullish. It closed above 136.700. So at this point we just need to wait for some form of support, as we can't really take a buy now. We're buying at the high, so yeah, a little bit more waiting involved, just a little bit.
Every time I don't hold a trade, it flies, seriously.
Yeah, I know. It does feel like that. Oh wow, look at this, man. Yeah, it got hard to take the buys. Could miss the move, but it's what it is. Well, hey, we got a chart over here. Yes, of course we'll check that out. Oh, why has it done that? I definitely got it right. Oh, did I not? Is there got to be another? Nope, it says wrong. Yeah, Ash, if you could send it again, I'm not sure. I always forget how to do it. I'm convinced I got it right. Okay. Is it slash chart? See that? Okay, definitely can't be me then. I've just tried it with different things. Yeah, go on. Let me try your chart. See if it works. Man, I need to just remember how to do this. But no, I'm pretty sure I've got it right. So remember, you just yeah. His one works. So why wouldn't Ash's work? Yeah, I'm not sure, Ash. Your chart just didn't want to work. So you had buys on GJ 15 minute, candle bearish but weak. Enter on the break of the high, plus 1 hour, 30 minute is bullish. Close full top. Yeah, nice, perfect trade. So same idea as Sergio. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah, nice. Right, let me try again with Ash's chart. And then if it doesn't work now, then I know it's not me. Yeah, it's not me. Yeah, not sure, mate. Yeah, I don't know if you want to send that over again and then we can check that out. So I think a good idea maybe is if this 15-minute candle can say close above this area and then we get like a support formed, and that's going to be good to fill this range. But I'm not convinced we're going to get anything here again today. Just maybe might miss the whole move. Who knows? Oh, it's my fault. Yeah, if you want to send it over again, we'll check that out. Don't worry. Don't stress. So Sergio, you're from Madrid, right?
No, from the north, very close to Portugal, is a region called Galicia.
Ah, nice. So
Yeah.
have they?
I think you've been.
Sorry, go on.
Were you to Portugal recently? I think you were. No, maybe not.
No, I was in Spain, but I was near. Do you know Almeria? Maria?
Oh yeah, you were in south, yeah.
Yeah, south coast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was over there in the summer. I go there every summer, to be fair. But I was gonna say the Spanish, they're pretty strict with the whole masks and all of that
Yeah,
type of thing.
man.
It's like I saw
I
people.
was 2 weeks in August, and basically we had to wear it even on your way to the beach. You have to put it on and wait till you're seated with your towel in bars, restaurants, in terrace. They even ban smoking if you cannot keep the distance,
Oh wow.
as they said that the smoke helps to spread the virus as well. But anyway, we still have like the worst numbers in Europe, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I remember I went there and literally people were on the beach, sunbathing with their masks on. I was like, bloody hell, like
Yeah, exactly. Mental.
it's crazy. So we got this chart over here. This is from Ash Gold 30-minute chart. Waiting for close above for buys. Yep, this is the range, and then yeah, waiting for close below for sells. Yeah, you definitely got the right idea, of course. Then obviously, I think you can incur some issues within this range. Like gold does seem to really react to levels, so I mean, like, obviously for sells, I'd be wary of like this area, and then for buys, I'd maybe be wary of this area here. And then I think if you start to see candle closing above this, then at that point I'd expect this range to get filled to like 1910. So this would be on their next range to fill. So, and then this would obviously be your first one. So this is what you're expecting price to continue up, because even if we do get up to here, it's got this area and this area to obviously break through. So yeah, I think that's gonna be, but yeah, just a bit of advice for you there, mate. But nice. GJ does not want to be kind to us today. Yeah, ideally what I want to see is I want to see some form of support formed at this area right here, because if I get, okay, let's say this candle closes as is, and then the next one closes like a bearish candle with a wick, and then kind of closes above this area, that's going to be good, because then all I have to do is just wait for a support to form, candle in our direction. It's going to give us a stop loss placement, and then we're going to expecting this range to get filled. So I think that's going to be a good idea. But obviously the 30-minute would then have to close above, which is, I think, this current 15-minute. No, it's the next 15 minutes. So yeah, so then that would mean the 30-minute would close above, and then the next 30-minute, first 15-minute candle would be our support, and then the last 15-minute candle should be that push driving up, which is obviously what we want to see. But if we don't get that, then I mean anywhere kind of above, let's just change the color here, anywhere above this area is a good area for buys, and then above this area here, kind of support areas here. So we just basically even want to see this retracement and like a tap into to start driving further up, or at the same time some form of support at this area to drive up as well.
Yeah, I'm guessing we could see maybe some lower volume now, and will have to wait till New York or.
Yeah, because we've already had the 4-hour close, so this is the new 4-hour open. So I think it does need to do some form of retracement. So if we get that,
Yeah.
and like a support, that's going to be good. So we'll see. I mean, it may not create a bottom wick on the 4-hour, but usually it should do. think there's a little bit more waiting involved here. Nothing really set in stone yet.
Gold looks like it's trying to break a little bit.
Gold, yeah? Yeah, I'd still think a support above this area is going to be better.
Yeah.
Gold, every time I see gold close above, it seems to either like really wick down before driving up, or it likes to just consolidate for a bit, establish some form of support, and then continue. But then I think more in the New York sessions is where we see those big candles, you know, those big volume candles. Because it moves slightly different for this trading time than New York. Because I was used to watching it all the way through the New York, and I was just like, man, there's all these big candles, and I'm like, how can I catch that? And ever since watching it kind of from London pre-New York standpoint, the candles are a lot smaller, moves slower, very like, you know, up and down, then starts to drive in a direction. So okay, so the FTSE 100 is done a retracement to this area. So I think if we see a 30-minute candle close bullish, then I may have my first paper trade over here. Just to like record my first back testing live trade, just to see how it goes. But it's just a yeah, there's no money on it. Okay, so the 15-minute candle is coming to a close on GDP JPY in 50 seconds. Looks like the 5 minutes trying to create some support here, but I'm just, yeah, I'm not going to be a dumbass. Wait for, yeah, I'm going to wait for something on the 15 at this area.
Is the YouTube like, I think it's lagging, right? I mean, it goes a few seconds behind, probably.
Yeah,
Because
I think the YouTube chat is like, there's like a delay on it. I think it's like a few seconds.
Okay,
delay. Yeah.
Because I was checking now both Zoom and YouTube, and yeah, it seems like it goes like 30 seconds or so behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything like about that. That's just it's just YouTube. All the more reason for people to get in the Zoom, you know, get that real.
There you go.
I was going to say, in case like you ended up, you know, you took a trade and then 30 seconds later they take it, but it's in a completely different place.
Yeah. No, imagine it hits your TP within like 10 seconds and they're like, oh, he's just taking a buy, quick. They get in and it's like, it's already reached my take profit. Yeah, the only bad thing about you guys in Zoom is you don't get to hear the tunes. I still feel like we need to see some form of retracement on GJ, because although it came back up in the range from this area, we pushed up nearly like 60 pips. So we definitely need to make some form of retracement. Let's check out Euro JPY. I didn't look at that. Oh yeah, looks like it did create that support to continue moving bullish on the 15-minute. Yeah, got pretty difficult though. Yeah, maybe this 15 minutes gonna just come up, but I'd like to see at least a weak bearish candle close in this area, and then I'll be more inclined to be like, okay, now we can continue pushing. But yeah, oh, so looks like gold did break above. Oh wow, look at this 30-minute candle. So it closed above on the 15-minute, and then
I knew it.
Yep, you did call that one. Yeah.
Man, I'm so scared. I think I never enter gold with even less than a half my usual lot. I'm not confident. Psychological too.
Yeah, no, gold is a make or break pair to trade.
Do you usually lower your risk if you enter gold, or you go for this?
No, I definitely lower the risk, because overall, like, you know, you kind of get bigger stops anyway. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If we measure this range, like this is this 40 pip range, and it doesn't even look that big. You know what I mean? If you think about it compared to some of the size of the candle, this is quite a small range, but it's big in terms of gold. So yeah, I would always lower my risk on gold anyway.
Okay.
Because even with a smaller risk, you can still make like, a good amount. So looks like maybe that 5-minute support was the support. Yeah, we'll see. Still waiting over here. I think what this is good and what teaches people is, you know, even though we see this big move, you're not rushing in to try and catch it, you know. You're just taking your time, waiting for what you want to see. If it doesn't present, you come back the next day and that's it.
Looks like GCAD maybe is doing a more promising retrace.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to see a bullish candle close at this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reacting to them wicks to the left, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, it's reacting to this area right now. Yeah, we'll see. I think personally GCAD maybe is best to stay away from today, just in general, because it just looks way too messy for my liking.
Yeah, big moves.
Oh yes.
Just doesn't do what you expect it to do sometimes, I suppose.
Yeah, today is just one of those days, it does seem. Guys, does anyone know if we can make custom shortcuts on TradingView? What do you mean by custom shortcuts? Not really sure. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. So basically, what I'm looking for in this 15-minute candle to come down, close above this area, and then if we get a support formed, it's gonna be a good idea to take a buy. What's going on, Henry? So yeah, let's wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and then retracement on gold on the 15-minute. Oh, look at Euro JPY. Yeah, looks like I did want to form that support to continue moving up. But I think if you're using buys down over here, should be good now, man. Wow, it should be up around 18 pips. Okay, so we've got like 4 minutes left for this candle to close on GJ. So ideally what I want to see is obviously this 30-minute, I want to see it close above this area, right? Because then that's going to give us an area for a stop loss, things like that. Also want to see this 15-minute close bearish, and the reason why I want to see this 15-minute candle close bearish is because then we can just wait for some form of support to form and then look for a continuation. So it looks like the 30-minute candle does not want to close bullish on the FTSE. Looks like the 15-minute candles are closing bearish, coming down. Maybe it's going to do a retracement to this area. Would make sense. Man, I've no idea about what half these tunes are. Just look at it. I'm just like, if it looks cool, I'll play it. Okay, no, I don't like this tune. I don't like this tune already. How many people we got here? We got 40 people. Pretty good. Maybe GJ's not going to give us this bearish 15 minute. We'll see. So 15-minute candle is coming to a close in 10 seconds. It looks like it's trying to close like a weak bullish, but obviously you have to wait to see how it closes. Okay, so it closed like a very weak bullish candle. So, I mean, yeah, I don't want to take a buy or anything right now. I want to wait for like a solid support to form here. So I think it's going to be just some more waiting involved. Literally, as soon as I said that, I just see 3 people drop out. Obviously, like, nope, no trade. Just like, yeah, we're gonna need to wait for some support, solid support here. Don't like the way these candles are closing.
Yeah, I would be very cautious right now, I think.
It's pushed up quite a bit as well. That's why I just want to see like a like, it doesn't even have to be a retracement. I just want to see some form of further support established, and then it's going to give me confidence that we're going to continue moving. Ooh, and there's the retracement we were waiting for. Yeah, so we'll let this 15-minute do its thing, and then hopefully it can close back above this area, and then we'll just wait. What's going on, Henry? Good to have you on the stream again. Appreciate it. Okay, let's check out gold. So gold did come up to, you know, 1906. So the 30-minute. Yeah, wow, this is a straight bullish candle. So there wasn't really much confirmation for buys. Maybe on the 15, but then that would have been obviously a weaker time frame confirmation. Oh wow, Euro JPY is still pushing over here. Looks like it's going to reach that second target that we have, or I have.
Going all the way up to 125 since yesterday. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it could revisit.
Yeah.
I think it could revisit. Looks pretty bullish. Yeah, this was the area at which the buys were first confirmed, and then once we had that support established on the 15-minute. Oh wow, yeah, there we go, look at that. In the first 4 minutes as well. What's GJ doing? Oh, come on GJ, don't do me like this. Yeah, so it looks like the FTSE 30-minute closed bearish. So I think the next one should continue down to this area, but the better idea would be to wait for that support. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, look at GCAD, man. It's just crazy. Just makes no sense. Yeah, it makes no sense at all. Well, it does look like we're gonna miss this further push, man. Yeah, look at that. Ah. Yeah, looks like GJ's gonna leave us here today. Looks like it's gonna be a no trading session. It does seem. See, this is the thing. If this candle closed bearish, then, but then it's still just, yeah. Yeah, the reason I wanted to see a support was because I didn't want to take a buy. I really didn't want to take a buy over here with the stop loss below this 30-minute until a support was formed, because I don't know how deep this 30-minute candle could have wicked down before driving up. So that's why I wanted to wait for like a 15-minute candle support, but it looks like just didn't want to give us that today. So Yeah. Yeah, to start the week, GJ's been tough. I mean, I know it's only Tuesday, but I mean, yesterday was pretty hard. Today's been pretty difficult. Euro JPY still pushing. Oh wow, look at this momentum. It should continue going. I wonder chart on TradingView and MetaTrader 4 shows doji bearish candle instead of bullish. Yeah, I don't know. I still think we needed to see like a retracement, because look at it, from this area, from this support, it's now pushed up. Yeah, like I say, 60 pips, and we have one bearish candle. So I still feel like we needed to see some form of retracement, but yeah, it is what it is. I still feel like we still have opportunities, you know, if we can further grab support above 137, then it looks like we should come up and fill this daily wick. So there is that opportunity there. We just need a further support to form. But maybe we're not going to get that hit today on the stream. This next range on gold is around 30 pips. So gold looks like pretty similar, like same sort of thing, you know. If we can see support formed here, should be good to fill this range. But we'll see on gold. Well, looks like GCAD is trying to form some support here, but candle hasn't closed yet. Okay. Yeah, I think the only way I'm going to take a buy on GJ now is if we can get a further support formed above this area. Because this is another zone, and then this is our daily wick fill. So this range here is the daily wick fill. So there is still that opportunity, you know, that you know, we want to see again another break above this area, retracement and support, because that can still work. We've just hasn't been no confirmation for these pushes up. I'd say that maybe over here a buy could have been taken, keeping the stop below this candle, but at the same time I just thought if I got a support formed on the 15-minute here, that would have been a really good idea to then take that buy, but we didn't get that. So I still stick to my guns and say that I'd much rather have waited for the support, because then I'm gonna have the confidence that, you know, even though it played out and I didn't get what I saw happen, the next time I see that do happen, you know, we can obviously take it. So 15-minute candle did close bullish, so we'll see over here. 30-minute candle hasn't closed yet actually, so that's a point. Because what if this 15-minute drives price back to this area? Or what if it comes further bullish? So yeah, looks like no pool today. It's a no-show. So let's see what Euro JPY is doing. Oh, Euro JPY is doing a retracement here on the 30-minute. Let's look at the 15-minute. So 15-minute candle closed above. I think EJ is kind of like the same thing over here. We need to see like a further support formed. And then I think it's going to continue moving because it's got a lot of bullish momentum. A nice retracement on GJ is going to be good. I'd like to see another support formed here though. That'll be really nice. So hopefully we can get something here before the end of the stream. But of course we are not gonna rush into any trades. How many we got? 52 people here today. Good. So if you're new to the stream, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're gonna be doing a giveaway at 1K subscribers. So, and it'll only be for people who have subscribed. So obviously I can see everyone who's subscribed. So we will do a randomizer and yeah. And plus, if you haven't, I want to see the zombie thing again. Get a little notification.
Yeah, I missed that one the other day. I couldn't see it.
Oh, you couldn't see it?
No, because I wasn't on the Zoom. I think I was on YouTube. So yeah, because of the delay, I think I like what you were saying. It was not matching with the screen, and after I missed it.
Okay. Yeah, no. Basically, when someone subscribed, the little zombie comes up on the YouTube. Yeah, I'll do probably a Magic Keys giveaway because the last two competitions have been free mentorship. So I suppose it would be nice to switch it up, do something a little bit different.
You still have one running on Instagram, or that one has been already? Because I think you were aiming for 2K for another mentorship. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. So I tried. Obviously, I tried to do another competition once we got to 2K, but I mean it got to like a couple of weeks and yeah,
okay.
I hadn't really moved. So I just thought I'll wait again, and then when we get there, I suppose I could do it. But then I thought actually, I suppose it's going to be better through YouTube because aiming for 1K subs is like when you hit that first 1,000 is probably quite important. So
yeah, you will get there soon.
Yeah, just a matter of time. Yeah, just a matter of time. Yeah, so looking on gold, I think ideally want to see gold do like a retracement, form of support maybe on the 30-minute. It's going to be good. See what GCAD's doing. Yeah, GCAD 30 minutes not even now bullish anymore. 15-minute close bullish, but the current 15 minutes coming down. So yeah, I think it's best to wait for the 30-minute to close. Looks like GJ may be doing a retracement, which is good. It's pretty good. Hopefully we can get some more support at this area. So we may have a trade here today, or we may not. Okay, so Euro JPY 15-minute. I think if this 15-minute closes weak like this, then I think you're gonna expect the next 15 minutes to do something like this. Fill this range over here. Maybe create a little bit of a bottom wick. Man, when I get to annotate, that's when I enjoy doing this. Yeah, I think a nice weak 15-minute candle is going to be good for some further upside on Euro JPY. 30-minute. Yeah. Maybe a support. Either way, 1 or 2. So we'll keep an eye on that. I want to see a support form down over here on GJ. Oh wow, look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY is continuing bullish. GJ is coming down though, so I think a support form is going to be good. Hopefully we'll get that before the stream is done. Look at GJ on the 30-minute. Okay, nice. So yeah, some form of support formed here is going to be, it's going to be good. So yeah, nice. We're starting to get this retracement here on GJ. So that's what I like to see. As long as this 15-minute candle can close above this area, then the 30-minute will be closing above this area as well. And then if we can just get that support formed, I think it's going to be a good idea for price to continue up for this wick. So yeah, I like this. I like this retracement right now that I'm seeing. maybe we will get a trade here today.
And if not, this has been discussed. I think people can still plan it for later on.
Yeah. But this 15-minute candle and the 30-minute candle obviously need to close above this area here, otherwise I'd be concerned that we're going to drop further down back to this area, which looks like it's going to do that.
Yeah, it's dropping now.
Yeah, I wanted to close back above this area. It's going to be good. Yeah, close above this area is going to be okay. Oh wow, it's dropping over here now. Oh damn.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. Yeah, Euro JPY. I think a weak bearish candle close is going to be better, because then you can wait for a support. Otherwise, if this candle closes bullish, then there's a chance the next one could, just consolidate for a bit and then drive up. That's it, GJ. Last 10 seconds, just pull up above this area. Come on. Ooh, looks like the 30-minute candle is closing below this area right now. Oh wow, okay, so the 30-minute candle, it closed below this support. So it looks like it's done some form of fake out over here. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens now. Definitely can't take a sell. For those of you who think, oh, fake out, sell. No, definitely can't take a sell. So yeah, it just gets pretty difficult here. Let's see how Euro JPY closed. Okay, so Euro JPY closed bullish. It closed like a weak bullish candle, so it can continue moving up, but maybe just to be safe, like a support form is gonna be better. Check out gold. Yeah, so gold did a retracement. 15-minute candle closed bearish. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute candle closed bearish as well. So it has respected this area as a resistance. So yeah, I mean, if gold and GJ, they look kind of similar. They may need to do like a retracement to this area, this 136,700 level. And then if a support formed is there, let's say after the stream or something like that, that's the point at which I'd look to take a buy to, retest the high. But at this point now, there's no buys and there's no sells. If you sell now, we're in an uptrend, and we can't buy because, previous candles bearish. It just closed back in this range. So there's no buys and no sells. Euro JPY buys look good, but I'd want to see a further support formed here just to confirm that. Yeah, I definitely want to see that support. Look at what it's doing now. So I think your best bet is just to wait for another bullish candle in your direction, and then it should continue moving up. But right now I think it's coming down to maybe generate some more liquidity on like the higher time frame. So like this 30-minute candle can come down anywhere into this range, and then as long as it can stay above, should continue up. Looks like GJ's coming down now. Yeah, so we've only got like 30 minutes left on the stream, so I mean, hopefully we can catch something, but if not, I'll probably be around for another like half an hour after that, and then call it a day. So do any of you guys have magic keys set up on your MT5 and you're with Windows? My computer seems to not want to pick up the actual
I
pan.
have it, but with MT4 actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason, right, it connects to my MT5 on the computer. Like, it says I've got the green magic keys, everything, but the buttons won't do anything, and
It was working for you before on MT4 as well.
yeah, on MT4 it was fine. But
No.
yeah, it says no device. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I need to sort that out today. Oh wow, so GJ 15 minutes coming back up above the range. Stick on the 30-minute. I think if we see a 15-minute candle close back above this area, it can continue moving up. This may just be like a one retracement candle, but we need this 15-minute to close back above. But then at the same time, stop wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, maybe that could work. I think a 50. Okay, so this is my now analysis. Right, if this happens, then this is pretty much the only trade I'm going to execute on the live stream. So, right, let me just get the other arrow. So, this was the high that was created. Then we had this next 15-minute candle close bearish. It closed below this area. If we go to the 30-minute time frame, we can see the 30-minute done the same thing. 30-minute closed back below this area. Now, you know, we see this happen a lot, that for price to continue moving up, but it has to close back above this area for price to continue moving up on the 15-minute. If the 15-minute candle closes below this area, and then maybe we get a minor resistance formed below this area, then at that point it may be a better idea to look for some form of sell. But ideally, I want to be able to take a buy because we're in an uptrend, and yeah, pretty much we need this 15-minute candle to close back above this area to look for buys. Stop's going to be not too bad. Around this area, stop would be around 10 pips, and then you're expecting price to continue moving up and fill this range at 137, 137.10. So just gotta wait for this 15-minute candle to close. If it does so, then I think we're gonna have a good day here. But it may just retrace this whole retracement candle, who knows? And then GJ will have stitched this up again and left us. So we'll just wait 5 more minutes. Let's check out Euro JPY. I think for those of you looking for Euro JPY buys, similar sort of analysis, right? So, you know, candles are closing above this area. You would need this candle here to respect this area, and then you're either waiting for some form of support, or if you're maybe a bit more of an experienced trader, some form of impulsive entry to fill this range. But remember, impulse entries require experience, and you need to really manage the trade with an impulse. Just does look like this 15-minute candle is gonna lead. Yeah. Oh man, GJ is being so difficult today. Yeah, okay, we'll wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Because I think if this 15-minute candle just comes all the way up, at that point, you know, we're not going to get a trade for a while, because I need to still wait for, you know, price to come up to this area, form some form of support. So there'll still be more waiting involved. But remember, you get paid to wait. So for those of you who are like itching, I know there's people there on the YouTube, they are itching to take a trade. Listen, just sit on your hands, close that MT5. You don't need to rush, you don't need to take a trade. Just wait for your confirmations. If they come, if they arrive, then you know you can start looking to take a trade. But honestly, when people wait around all this time and they're like, oh, like there's just nothing presenting, they're just almost looking, they're like, okay, well let's where can I find that trade? It's just like, no, just let it come to you. Let the trade come to you, man. Don't force it. Honestly, don't force a trade. Yeah, see, this is literally it for me. Like, if this 15-minute candle closes back above, I think there's a much higher chance at that point we should fill this range. But if it doesn't, then there's no buys. There's no buys for me. You know, the only way I would maybe take another, only way I take a sell is if this 15-minute candle closes below this area, so I know it's respecting this area, and then I would need a resistance, because then if I get resistance formed, we're now respecting this area as a resistance. But of course, it will be a riskier trade because the overall trend is bullish. But at the same time, you know, as a scalp, we have clean move coming back down to retest this area. But yeah, I want the buys. I don't want to take no sells. I want the buys. So we got 2 minutes left for this candle to close. What's going on, Tiger? Harrison President. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes left here on GJ. Let's hope this 15-minute candle can give us something. Because if it closes above this area, it's going to be a healthy bullish candle, which is going to give me more confidence. Because yes, I know the 30-minute's still open. But if the 15-minute candle can close back above, that's going to increase the probability that price should continue moving up. But if it closes up over here, it's just, yeah, stop's going to be too big. I need it to close around this area here. It's going to give me a better entry. Yeah, somewhere around this area. If it closes above that, it's just going to be too, stop's going to be too big. Yeah, that's what I mean. If the candle closes up over here, stop's going to be too big. If it closes, you know, just around this area here, we can get like a 10, 11 pip stop, and we can get, yeah, 13, 14 pip reward. So I think that's going to be, it's going to be better. But again, remember this 15-minute candle needs to close above this area. If it comes down, it closes below, there's no buys for me. Ooh, wow, look at this retracement. Okay, so we've got like 50 seconds left for this candle to close. Don't get FOMO, guys. Wait for the candle to close. Looks like Euro JPY flipping bullish. Okay. GJ's looking good right now. Okay, so 15-minute candle closed above this area. If we look at the 30 minutes above this area currently. So did execute a buy position, keeping stop loss below the current 15-minute candle, and then expecting price to continue moving up. So happy for this 15-minute to, you know, create some form of bottom wick. I think though if it starts to come below like 136.800 or maybe even below 136.810, something like that, this is the point at which I'm gonna close 50% of the position, because I don't want to be in this drawdown. Also don't want to see this 30-minute candle really starting to come back below this area. So, oh, it's already starting to do so actually. Yeah, so if it starts break, oh wow. Yeah, so I've just closed 50% of the position. Yeah, close 50% of the position down over here, and then yeah, gonna let the rest of the 50% run. Yeah, looks like it's kind of rejecting this area. Look at the 50, yeah, I think it was a good idea to close 50% over here. So I closed a one lot at around like -3 pips, so it's not too bad. It's not a crazy loss. And yeah, maybe it's just creating like a liquidity wick to continue up. I think once it starts breaking its own high, that's going to be the point that it should continue moving up. But if it doesn't, then it may not be destined. But hey, we can't control the outcome. We can only control the risk. There we go. So 15-minute candle is flipping back bullish now. So I think at this point it should continue moving up. I've got my one lot still running, so if it goes into profits, we will we'll just make back the loss, and then yeah, make back the small loss, and we'll be in profit for the rest of the day. I didn't enter this trade as I'm not around my laptop. Really hope, yeah, thank you very much, Ash, appreciate it. I think it should be good. I think it should be good now. 15 minutes created that bottom wick. I didn't like how much it dropped. You know, I always want to be looked to reduce the risk because I don't know when it to come down and hit my full stop without me being able to reduce the risk. So at this point, it's okay. Okay, nice. 15-minute candle is pushing up right now. So hopefully it'll come up, fill this wick, and then continue moving up. What's going on, Jay? Yeah, see, look at that. I'm in a trade, and now we've got nearly 70 people. Yeah, so at this point, really expecting price to continue to push in our direction. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, the 30-minute needs to really start to climb in this last few minutes of this candle. Ooh, so it's starting to come down. Did you get that 9:30 a.m. buy? No, I didn't catch that. I'm in buys right now, expecting this 15-minute to hopefully should continue moving bullish. Yeah. It's not looking great at this point. But we have to let price do its thing. Yeah, so I think at this point, if it breaks its own low, I'm going to close everything. Yeah, looks like it's coming down to break its own low over here. Yeah, so at this point, closed full position right over here. Closed everything. Looks like it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, look at this 30-minute. Yeah. So yeah, look at that. Close the position, 10 people leave. So trade GJ buys minus around 5 pips. just put 5 pips. Just under that.
You probably have people holding the trade now, just hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, man. I think it looked good, but just wasn't meant to be.
Off day.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Check out Euro JPY. Oh, Euro JPY did continue moving bullish over here. The retrace will be big, probably at 136. Yeah, so I think now at this point, I would agree, like, until we get a retracement to this level and some support, yeah, I won't be looking for another trade. Looks like it's trying to create a resistance to continue down, so yeah, it is what it is at this point. Yeah, this week's been tough to start off, but you know, the week's not over. And you know, really managed risk again. So it's pretty good. Why didn't you wait for the 30-minute candle? Because I've seen this play out a lot. So if the 15-minute candle can, you know, come back up and close in the range, I think it was a high probability it should continue up. You know, we had strong bullish momentum, but you know, looking now, yeah, maybe should have waited for the 30-minute, but I mean, at the same time, it made sense. So we have to just live and learn. Yeah, it is what it is, I'm afraid. Tempted to buy, didn't play out. It's just how it goes. Yeah, if it does the move now, then just yeah. That is the market for you, man. It will crush your dreams. So looks like the 30-minute is trying to maybe close back above this area. Will you give your trade a second chance when the 30-minute closes bullish above 136.850? Maybe. We're not gonna do it on the stream anyway, because the stream's gonna be, yeah, once this, I'm gonna give it like another minute and then gonna call it a day there. But yeah, maybe if this 30-minute candle closes back above, potentially a second entry, but you guys are not going to see that anyway, so is what it is at that point. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to do that. Looks like it's closing very weak. Very weak. I like how you trade, how you explain things, but closing that trade early before it broke the low of the 15-minute week. Well, I mean, you can say it's a mistake, but I mean, at the same time, you know, there was no point for me to manage risk. So if this 15-minute candle did just come down and hit my stop, I would have taken a full 30 pip, sorry, not 30 pip, a full loss, which I don't want to do that. So if it's coming in drawdown, I'm not going to want to hold the trade. That's not going to be a good idea for me to do so. Looking at the 30-minute, it kind of closed below this area. So yeah, I don't see no buys right now. I see sells if a resistance is formed on the 30-minute. So if a resistance is formed on the 30-minute. But yeah, I don't see no buys now. It was 2.5 pips more. Yeah, but you see, the thing is I closed 50% as it came down to this area, right? Which is around 5 pips, actually, I saved when it came down to this area, right? Before hitting my stop loss. And then as this candle came down to break its own low around this area, I closed again. So I saved myself again another 4-5 pips, right? So that was just it. You know, again, you have to ask yourself, do you really want to be sitting in drawdown? You know, you have all these things. So yeah, I just don't think it was meant to be. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream there. Thanks everyone for coming. If I get a second entry, obviously I'll let you guys know via Instagram. But yeah, thanks for coming. And we'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah,
Take
no
care, guys.
problem.
See ya.
Yep,
Okay.
see you. Yeah, we'll get the market tomorrow. Yeah, I know what you were saying, APA. You know, it didn't break the 15-minute low, so it's still respecting that trend. So yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you know, we always want to be willing to look at where we can minimize risk, and that's what it was for me. But I see your point. But anyway, guys, thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Please drop a like on the stream. I know we didn't have a winning day here today, but yeah, we can't win them all. So thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.